Hey 2nd District, State Representative Andrew Barkas, and welcome to the tab on my website referring to the recent lawsuit I filed along with several of my colleagues against the governor of the state of Washington. Now I know many of you saw this in the news and had a lot of questions, and I feel a lot of answers on why we would sue the governor of the state of Washington. Well, let me tell you the main reason. None of us are denying that we are facing a major crisis with the COVID issue that started back in March of this year. The governor was granted emergency powers via recent legislation that we passed and a constitutional change that gave him that. I was a supporter of that. All that legislation was put forth and the changes that the voters approved was based on the pending Cascadia earthquake and natural disasters that we thought were going to face the people of Washington state. And there were no real processes and procedures for the governor and the legislature to be able to work through a pending emergency. Unfortunately, nobody saw what was coming and what we're dealing with today in this pandemic. It was never intended for the governor to have months and months and more than 6 months now of emergency powers and having locked out the legislature out of the process completely. So we needed to get some clarification, some precedence on that, and that's why we, along with several of my colleagues, filed this lawsuit. Now, in the end, the courts decided that it was just not enough information to make a ruling that would establish that precedence. And that's what we've seen in court case after court case. So there will be legislation, I'm sure. There's a referendum right now being worked on to go about and change the current law to curtail some of the powers that the governor has. It's unfortunate that the governor has taken the stand that he has and that he continues to operate under emergency proclamation. Now, none of us are disagreeing that we have been in a severe crisis, both health-wise and economically and everything else that's affected the people of the 2nd District in the state of Washington. But the problem is that it is imperative that you have all branches of government working to solve this problem. It was never intended to have the governor as a single individual, as a single branch, running every aspect of my life and your life. So that's why we did it. I hope this tab sheds a little bit of light on that, and why I continue to fight for you, the people of the 2nd District and the state of Washington, to make sure things are done right and done the way they're supposed to be and the way they were designed to be done. So check it out, and thank you for looking.